Within 18 minutes, I will give you 18 cheat codes to help you lose 18 pounds of belly fat in the next 18 weeks. These are not quick fixes or gimmicks. These are the same principles that I've used personally with all my other clients to help them get lean, stay lean, and avoid all the mistakes that are holding you back right now. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Tip number one is put the fork down. The best fat burning exercise that you could possibly do on this planet isn't running, it's not cycling, it's not going on the elliptical. It is quite simply putting the fork down, because most of us tend to overeat, and it is a lot easier to eat a lot more calories than it is to burn a lot more calories. You'd have to do around 30 minutes of high intensity cardio in order to burn around 200 calories or 300 calories, whereas eating a small little donut or a small little sandwich, you can get that down in like seconds. Right? So you're far better off by focusing on your diet first than you are by trying to out-train a bad diet, because you're going to have a really hard time, and honestly, you're not going to be seeing any results if you have that mentality. You can save thousands of extra calories over time without even trying by simply putting the fork down. Tip number two, eat 100 fewer calories. It is a lot easier, going back to my first point, to eat 100 fewer calories than it is to burn 100 calories. Think about it. One snack less and you're already ahead of the game. Don't make things harder than they have to be. Cheat code number three, sustainable diets only. If you cannot follow a diet for life, do not follow it for a day. Short-term extreme diets only leads to quick weight loss, then rapid weight gain once you quit. Focus on sustainability. So if I were to tell you, hey, for the next rest of your life, if you can see yourself never eating, let's say you want to go on the keto diet, never eating carbs again, never eating fries, potatoes, bread ever again, you are a maniac and you are lying to yourself, because no one can possibly do that. Sure, you may be able to do it for a couple weeks, even a couple months, even a couple years if you have like really strong discipline and you lock yourself in a room and don't go to any social gatherings. But there will come a point in time when you're going to cheat on your diet, you're going to have a bunch of carbs, because we cannot, as soon as we restrict something, anything from our lives, we tend to just think about it automatically a lot more. So instead of having this extreme approach where we cut out entire food groups, which again is not sustainable, have more of a moderate approach and simply just cut down on your calories. You can still eat your carbs, you can still eat your fats, and most importantly, you still should eat your protein, your fruits, your vegetables, all that good stuff. Have a balanced approach. Simply just reduce your caloric intake so you can still enjoy your favorite fruits without feeling deprived of anything. Right? Because again, as soon as we restrict anything from our lives, we tend to think about it a whole lot more. If you were to tell me, hey, Conan, you can never have donuts for the rest of your life again, subconsciously now, I'm thinking about donuts like all the freaking time now. So don't put yourself in that situation. Cheat code number four, are you really hungry? Ask yourself this question, because we often mistake boredom for hunger. So next time you reach for a snack, try drinking 2 glasses of water first and stay busy. You'll be surprised at how often you're just dehydrated, because oftentimes you also mistake hunger for dehydration. So before you eat anything, drink 2 cups of water and you'll notice that your stomach is going to expand and you're not going to be actually as hungry as you may anticipate it to be. Cheat code number 5, prioritize protein in every single meal you eat. Stop focusing on eating less and start focusing on eating more of the right stuff. Protein, fruits, and vegetables. These foods will fill you up, fuel your body, and help you build more muscle. Protein is awesome not only to help you build the muscle you're looking for, but it also tends to break down a bit slower in your body, which means it actually keeps you fuller for longer. And if you combine that with fruits and vegetables, both of them are also super good for you, high in vitamins, high in minerals, and also super high in fiber, which means that it also fills you up and expands your stomach, so you can actually eat a lot more volume of food for very little calories. And I guarantee you, if you focus your diet around these 3 main food groups, protein, fruits, and vegetables, you're going to have a really difficult time gaining weight. Cheat code number 6, do not, and I repeat, do not drink your calories. This means sodas, sugary coffees, juices, because they all add up really, really quickly. If you can, try to stick to either just water, black coffee, tea, or calorie-free drinks. It's an easy way to cut down on unnecessary calories. If right now you're drinking 1 full sugar can of soda or pop every single day, if you simply make a super simple swap of just swapping that with a 0-calorie beverage, you're going to be saving 200 calories of just 200 extra calories per day, which in the span of a week is 1,400 extra calories that you're saving by simply making one small little switch of going from a sugary beverage to a 0-calorie beverage. I would so much rather see you not drink your calories at all, because when you drink your calories, it doesn't fill you up at all. It doesn't do anything really beyond just adding extra calories to your diet. And unless you're intentionally trying to gain weight and gain fats, then by all means be my guest. But I am assuming you're watching this video because you're trying to lose body fat, and the easiest thing that you can do right now is swapping your sugary drinks or drinks that have calories in them with 0-calorie alternatives. I personally like taking to black coffee. It's also an appetite suppressant, and it makes me feel good and makes me super productive. Cheat code number 7, no food group is the enemy. We talked about this prior, but cutting out entire food groups is not sustainable whatsoever. You do not need to give up carbs or fats. Instead, focus on balance and moderation. Again, you can have all the food groups in the world. If you just simply cut down on your daily caloric intake, you can still have your carbs. You can still have your fats. You can still have your donuts, your pizzas, your burgers, your fries, you name it. You can still have all of it as long as your calories are equated for that and putting you in a calorie deficit. You can definitely still incorporate your favorite foods into your diet while losing body fat. Cheat code number 8, stop training abs every single day. If you're watching a YouTube video right now, you can tell that this guy, aka me, I'm pretty ripped, right? I cannot tell you the last time I trained my abs. And this may be a shock to you, but let's bust this myth. You cannot spot reduce fat. So stop doing endless crunches and focus on overall fat loss through full body workouts, and most importantly, a good diet. Making sure that you do your cardio, you do your resistance training, and you keep your diet dialed in. You can look like this, right? Because we all essentially have abs. Most of the time, it's just, however, covered by a big layer of fat, right? Like we all have abs, abdominal muscles, it's all just kind of there, but it's just hidden by the layer of fat. And the way that you reveal your abs is not by doing 10,000 crunches every single day, which I used to believe when I was 13. I was doing like home workouts in my room all the time, and I was just so frustrated, like, why am I not seeing my abs? And it wasn't until I actually focused on my diet, putting myself in a calorie deficit, focusing on lowering my body fat percentage, when I actually started to like reveal my abs for once. So make sure that you focus on your diet over doing endless amounts of ab exercises. Cheat code number 9, sleep for fat loss. Sleep is going to be your secret weapon. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of high quality, uninterrupted sleep per night, your body holds on to more fat. So go to bed and wake up at the same time daily to boost your results. Because essentially when we're sleep deprived, your body releases a cortisol, or a hormone in your body called cortisol, which tends to make you hold on to more water weight and therefore more weight in general. And also study after study has been shown that if we are sleep deprived, if we're not sleeping enough, we're actually in a state where we're both losing muscle and then also gaining fat, which is like the worst of both worlds. So if you want to maximize your results and actually be a good functioning human being that's full of energy, focus on your sleep. Cheat code number 10, delay your caffeine. I'm all for caffeine. Coffee is awesome as an appetite suppressant. Tea as well. Just make sure that you have it black. Don't add your sugars and creams into it, because that can add extra calories without, again, it filling you up. So make sure that you stick to it black. But if you do have your caffeine, try to delay it by at least 2 hours and drink water first thing in the morning, because this will give you a more sustained energy throughout the day, making your workouts and fat loss a lot more effective. If you've ever experienced the crash afterwards, it's probably because you're drinking caffeine first thing in the morning. So a couple of things that I like to keep in mind in my daily routine is as follows. Sunlight before screen light, hydration before caffeination. So make sure that before you have your first cup of coffee, I myself like to go outside first, get some fresh air, expose myself to some sunlight. Then afterwards, I like to hydrate first with water, taking my supplements, and then usually 1 to 2 hours after doing that, then I will have my first cup of coffee, and it hits you so much harder, and the energy is a lot more sustained throughout the day without experiencing the crash afterwards. Cheat code number 11, drop the ego at the gym. Never, ever, ever sacrifice your form to lift heavier. Ego lifting leads to injuries that can set you back for weeks, months, if not longer. So focus on perfecting your form first, because no one cares about how much weight you're lifting. Like, we're not there to impress anyone but ourselves. And so you should only be striving to dial in your technique first. And once your technique is on point, then slowly but surely add more weight and or add more reps from there. Cheat code number 12, HIIT cardio, unfortunately, is not the answer. They are extremely overrated when it comes to fat loss, and instead focus on getting your daily steps in. It's a lot easier to sustain, and it burns more calories over the long run. The reason why I'm such a big proponent of going on daily walks, increasing your NEAT, which stands for your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is because it is super sustainable. Anyone can do it. It doesn't beat up your joints, your connective tissues, and again, anyone can do it. Whereas HIIT workouts, like, it's super fatiguing and can interfere with your actual weightlifting workouts as well, which weightlifting workouts are going to be far more important than doing some quick little HIIT workouts. And when it comes to just simply walking more, again, anyone can do it, and it's a lot more sustainable in order to help you burn a lot more calories throughout the day without beating up your joints. Cheat code number 13, use the gym to build muscle. The gym is your tool for building muscle and not for burning fat. If you want to get lean, focus on muscle building exercising, such as lifting weights and compound movements, while letting your diet do the fat burning. So again, view the gym as building muscle and view your diet as losing body fat. If you combine these two things together, you're going to become a Greek god. Don't view the gym as a fat burning kind of environment, right? Because you're just going to be wasting your time. Again, we talked about this. You're far better off putting the fork down than you are burning an extra 100 to 200 calories in the gym, because that's going to take forever and you're not going to have a fun time doing that. Cheat code number 14, consistency with your meals. This one is so underrated, but I do this every single day, and I highly recommend my clients to do the same. Stick to the same, and I think we all already subconsciously do this, but stick to the same 5 to 10 meals for 90% of your diet. This reduces decision fatigue and also helps you track your intake a lot easier and keeps things a lot more consistent, because if you're constantly eating different meals every single day of the week, a different breakfast, a different lunch, a different dinner, sure, it adds more excitement to your diet, but unless you want to keep track of all the meals that you're eating every single day of the week, which for most people is super unrealistic because we all have jobs to go to, we all have families to take care of, we all have hobbies outside of actually just like eating and stuff. And if you're constantly thinking about, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I going to eat for lunch? Ooh, what's for dinner tonight? You're just going to run yourself into like this decision fatigue wall. And let's just say your brain power, your thoughts could be used a lot better in other things that could be maybe making you more money at work, or other things outside of fitness, right? Because we want to make sure that fitness enhances our lives and not take over our lives. And so if you find yourself in a situation where you're just constantly thinking about your food, constantly thinking about fitness, I mean, I will not want to live that life, and I assume you don't either. So try to make this as easy as possible by sticking to the same 5 to 10 meals 90% of the time. Ideally, Monday through Friday, try to keep that the same, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then come the weekends, you can definitely let loose a bit and maybe just have a couple different meals if you want. Cheat code number 15, follow the 80-20 rule. Eat clean, nutritious food 80% of the time and allow yourself some flexibility 20% at a time. This keeps you sane while still making progress. So going back to my first point, this probably means Monday through Friday when you're already like on your kind of routine, on your schedule of going to work, clocking in, clocking out at the same time. Ideally, that's when you want to try to keep your diet locked in as well. And then again, that'll be 80% of the time. And then the other 20% of the time, which typically tends to be the weekend, you can for sure maybe eat out to a restaurant if you want, still keeping the calories nice and monitored, but you can definitely allow yourself a bit more freedom and a bit more flexibility on the weekend. So that is essentially what we mean when we say the 80-20 rule. Cheat code number 16, food is fuel. Stop using food to cope with your emotions. It's not leading anywhere good. When you start seeing food as fuel for your body, not a reward or punishment, you'll notice how much easier it becomes to actually make better food choices. Cheat code number 17, do not expect to lose weight every single week. Fat loss is not linear. If you're going to be looking on a graph, you may see some ups and downs, because our weight, especially on a day-to-day, sometimes even week-to-week basis, it fluctuates, right? It could be due to maybe you eating one of your dinners a bit too late and then waking up the next morning a bit more bloated because the food hasn't fully digested yet, right? And then you wake up a bit heavier, or maybe you didn't drink enough water yesterday, or maybe you drank too much water yesterday. Maybe you're weighing yourself at a different time of the day, for example, right? So there will always be weeks when the scale doesn't always move, but your body is still changing. Focus on a long-term process, not just week to week. And if you're combining your diet with actually muscle building workouts, you may even find yourself in a situation where despite the number on the scale not going down every single week, it may kind of stagnate and stay the same. But if you actually keep track of your progress pictures, you actually may notice that, hang on a minute, I'm actually getting stronger in the gym. Therefore, I'm actually building more muscle. So it may not reflect on the scale, but visually your clothes may fit a bit better. You may look a lot better naked. So definitely don't just rely on the scale, because there's so many different ways that we can measure your progress as well. And the last cheat code that I have for you is muscle is the fat burning secret. The more muscle you build, the more fat you burn, period. Muscle is a metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even when you are not working out, right? So lift weights and get stronger. So there you have it. Those are my 18 cheat codes to help you shed 18 pounds of fat and get you a lean physique that you've always wanted. These aren't fads or tricks, as you can probably tell. These are real actionable steps that you can start using today that we implement with all of our clients who are seeing awesome, phenomenal results. And now if you want to accelerate your health and fitness goals, I'm offering a limited number of free fitness consultation calls. So you can click the link in the description down below and we can chat about how we can help you reach your fitness goals a lot faster, more sustainably, and without the frustration. Do not wait. Your transformation awaits. If you guys do have any questions regarding this topic, please let me know and I'll see you all soon. Peace.